The moment I heard that low, deep growl echo from my backyard, I didn't even need to look. I already knew. Titan had found her. From my kitchen window I saw her, frozen in place, clipboard clutched like a shield, knuckles white and face pale. Margaret Peaton, our HOA president, neighborhood busybody, and self-declared Queen of Willowbrook Estates, had finally crossed the line she'd been tiptoeing for months. There she stood, 3 feet inside my gate, face to snout with 90 pounds of focused German Shepherd authority. Titan hadn't moved to attack. He was far too well trained for that. No, he simply stood his ground, lips curled back just enough to make the message crystal clear. You don't belong here. Margaret had ignored the signs, literally. Warning, guard dog on duty was not decorative. She was about to learn why. Let me back up. I'm Marcus Chen. 18 months ago, I moved to Willowbrook Estates, just outside Denver, after 2 decades as a canine officer. I took early retirement following a shoulder injury. I was ready for peace and quiet. I found the perfect home. Big backyard, secure fencing, space for Titan to roam freely. It seemed ideal. What I didn't anticipate was Margaret Peaton. She treated her HOA title like a sheriff's badge in the Wild West. First week in, I got a notice. My mailbox was the wrong shade of black. Then my grass was a 1/4 inch too high. Then a violation for parking my personal F-150 in my own driveway. Some nonsense about commercial vehicles. Each time, I calmly debunked her claims. My mailbox matched the official swatch. My lawn, regulation length. My truck, registered private use. But she wasn't looking for facts. She was hunting for control. The real trouble began with the shed. I built a modest 8x10 structure in my backyard. Compliant in size, color matched to the house, perfectly placed per HOA guidelines. But Margaret fixated on it like a dog with a bone. First it was too close to the fence. I had a survey. Then it was painted the wrong tan. I had the paint receipt. Her latest conspiracy, I was running a business out of it. Which was laughable. It held lawn gear and Titan's retired training equipment. That's it. Still, she demanded access to inspect it. Showed up at odd hours, clipboard in hand, barking that the HOA had the right to enter. I politely declined, repeatedly. And I checked with my lawyer friend. HOA rules do not override state trespassing laws. Margaret didn't care. She started poking selfie sticks over my fence, trying to film through the shed's window. That's when I installed cameras. Big, visible ones. Margaret's response? Typical. She stood at my fence and shouted, "You can't scare me with cameras and signs. That shed's coming down one way or another." I warned her kindly but clearly. Step foot inside my yard, and she'd be trespassing, and Titan would treat her like any other uninvited guest. I should have known she'd test me. One spring afternoon, I saw her car parked down the block. I was at my desk. Titan was sunbathing in the yard. The house was quiet until I heard it. That unmistakable growl. Not playful, not alert. That was Titan's intruder voice. I looked out, and there she was. Margaret Peaton, in my yard. She'd snuck in through the side gate, which I'd accidentally left unlocked after groceries. Now she was inching toward the shed, clipboard in hand, trying to sidestep my dog. But Titan wasn't letting her get far. He blocked her like a pro, calm, controlled, unmoving. Every time she tried to maneuver, he mirrored her. It was classic canine detainment. Not aggressive, just immovable. She stammered, "Nice doggy. I'm allowed to be here. I'm the HOA president." Titan didn't blink. She waved her clipboard like a fly swatter. Titan tilted his head, almost amused. Then she panicked and pulled out her phone. That's when I stepped out the back door. Titan, watch. He shifted to a sit beside me, still alert but no longer in full guard mode. Margaret, red-faced and breathless, screamed. Your vicious dog attacked me. I'm calling the cops. That monster is going down. I couldn't help but chuckle. Please do, I said. Tell them how you ignored posted warnings and trespassed into a guarded property. And just for the record, if Titan had actually attacked, you wouldn't be standing. She called 911, practically sobbing to the dispatcher. I started recording. Her pacing, her ranting, her threats about lawsuits and her cousin at animal control. You're finished, she screamed. That dog is finished. Meanwhile, my cameras captured it all. Her entering through the gate, walking past signs, and being calmly blocked by a very good boy. The cops arrived fast, Officer Bradley and Officer Kim. I knew them both from my days on the force. Marcus, Bradley greeted me, eyeing Margaret. Mind explaining? Before I could, Margaret launched into a tirade about violent dogs and rogue sheds. Bradley listened, neutral. Kim checked the gate signage. When Margaret finally stopped, I showed them the footage, her entry, Titan's textbook restraint, my warning signs. She entered without permission. Titan detained, didn't attack, just as trained. Officer Kim returned. Ma'am, did you see the posted warnings? Margaret blustered. HOA rules override that. Bradley shook his head. That's not how this works, ma'am. HOA policies don't give you license to trespass. Those signs are legal. And this dog, he showed more professional. She tried to argue, but Bradley had heard enough. He began writing.
Margaret Peyton, you are being cited for criminal trespassing. This is your official warning. If you return without consent, you will be arrested. Do you understand?
Her jaw moved, but no sound came out. Then finally, I'm the HOA president. I was doing my job, Kim responded, deadpan.
Your job doesn't include breaking the law.
The officers left after another quiet warning. As they did, Bradley leaned in and grinned. Good to see Titan still got it. Best partner I ever had, I said, giving Titan a pat. Margaret heard it, her face drained of color. That's when it hit her. She tried to bully an ex-cop and his canine, and she failed. She looked at the citation in disbelief.
This isn't over,
she muttered.
I'll speak to the board. There will be consequences.
I shrugged. Great. I'll bring the footage and the police report. Titan let out one final bark as she fled through the gate. The fallout? Spectacular. News of the citation spread. Neighbors came forward with their own horror stories. At the emergency HOA meeting, I presented video, documents, and witness statements. The board voted unanimously to remove her. Then came the court date. Margaret tried to fight the charge. The judge upheld the fine and warned her. Another offense, and there'd be a restraining order. Her employer, a real estate firm, noticed too. 2 months later, she was quietly let go. She tried to run for the board again, got 3 votes, total. Our new HOA president, a retired teacher named Janet. Calm, respectful, reasonable. The shed, still standing, still legal, still holding lawn tools. I added a new sign below the warning. Private property, enter uninvited, meet Titan. Just ask Margaret. She doesn't make eye contact anymore when she drives past. Titan? He got a whole bag of treats, a new squeaky toy, and the admiration of the entire block. Kids wave, neighbors smile, and everyone knows the tale of how one well-trained dog kept the peace better than the HOA president ever did. And yes, Margaret's citation is on her record. $500, criminal trespass. One big humbling lesson in respecting boundaries and German shepherds.